do, we take the two little sides, 4 and 10, find its square. So we have square root of 4 squared plus 10 squared. Kavishik, you can talk, but I'll show your face. What do we get?
16 plus 100.
Keep going.
And then equals 116.
Good. And 16. So the answer is E. Next question. Square root of 45 is equal to
9 times 5.
9 times 5. So square root of 9 times square root of 5. What is square root of 9 equal to?
3 times square root of 5.
So our answer is E again. 6 square root of 2 is equal to, so 6 is equal to square root of 36 times square root of 2, which is square root of 72. So our answer is 72. Thanks, Paul, for your, Hi, for your enthusiasm. So much energy there. So we have like terms now. 7 plus 2 is?
9.
Minus 6 is?
3.
So we have 3 square roots of 11. So we are, I can't even see my mouse. D. Keep the outer numbers together. So we have 3 times 8. And the inside numbers together, 7 times 3. We have
24 square root 21.
And the answer is T. Next page. So keep the numbers outside together. 36 over, I'm just going to rewrite this, it's hard to see over there. 3. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. Square root of 12 divided by 3 is also 4. And we know square root of 4 is just 2. So we have 8. Answer is B. Am I going too fast? Which of the following is an irrational number? So irrational means that it is not a fraction. So that's a fraction. Sorry about that. That's a fraction. So it's not irrational. That is 0. So not irrational, but it's 0 over 1. That is a recurring decimal. So it's also rational. So not what we want. That is equal to 5. Which is also rational, so not what we want, and that surely cannot be worked out as a simple number, so that is our answer. Which of the following sets are the side lengths of a right angle triangle? So you should remember that 3, 4, 5 is one triad that you memorize. Okay, everyone, make sure you memorize that. And if you multiply it by the same number, it's like zooming in and out of a triangle. So if we multiply by 2, we get that. So that is definitely our answer. I think that's the hardest question in the multiple choice. The number that expressed as scientific notation correct to 2 decimal places, I will always underline that because I usually forget to do that in my answers, okay? So now we count 1, 2, 3. So we have 2.45 times, we counted to 3, so the power of 3. So therefore it's A. Next question, the number blah blah expressed in standard notation. So 6. So let me write that again. 8, 7, 3. The power is 6, so we have to count to 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a dot there. So we have 9, 8, 7, 3, 0, 0, 0. So our answer is that one there. Okay, let me zoom in.
The distance between the planet Mars and the Sun is there. Write this distance in scientific notation. Correct the 3 significant figures. 2.27 times.
Wait, how did you work it out?
Okay, leave 2 decimal points.
Yeah.
Because you always get scientific notation. And also because there's 3 significant figures. So 2.27.
Yep. Which way do you round it?
2.27.
2.2.
There's a number.
2.2.
No, but you don't. Sorry, 8.
8. Okay. Times 10 to the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Good job. You forgot something. You lost half a mark.
Uh-oh. All the unit.
Okay, don't forget the
Got
unit.
it wrong, Sam.
Okay. Evaluate the following. Express your answer in scientific notation correct to 1 decimal place. It's already 1 decimal place. I don't have to worry about that. But let's multiply these together. You will not have a calculator, so you have to do this by hand. You can do it on the side if you worry about
But
how
it
to
says
do
you're
it.
not permitted to bring blank or loose sheets of
Do it on
paper.
the
Yeah,
side.
do it on the side. That's what I just said. Okay, times 3 is 21.6. Oops. 21.6 and 2 decimal places. Yep, that looks good. 21.6, we have our answer. And 5 oops, plus 4 is equal to okay, so we have, uh-oh, I lost my mouse. 21.6, and we want to move the decimal point one more time, so making it bigger, so that means one more is 10, and now we have 2.16. And the units are not there, so that's it. So a lot of students will do this answer, and that is incorrect. Alright, apply Pythagoras theorem to calculate the value of the per numeral in each of the following triangles. Express your answers in simplest form. So this is looking for the longest side. So C is equal to square root of 2 squared plus 5 squared. We have square root of 4 plus 25. We have square root of 29. Can you simplify square root 29? I don't think so, so we'll leave it as that. This time we're looking for a shorter side, not the hypotenuse. So we have b is equal to square root of the hypotenuse squared minus the other short side. So we have square root of 9 minus 1, which is square root of 8. Now 8 is 4 times 2, so we can take it apart, and we have 2 square root of 2. Okay, moving on to question 3. Apply Pythagoras theorem to calculate the exact value of height of the triangle below. Express your answer in simplest third. This was your question, right? Okay. Yeah, perhaps read the question. So calculate the value of the height. So we want this dotted line here. So the distance between here and here is, what's the distance between here and here? 3 centimeters. So now we have to look for 3, 7, we look for h here. So 7 squared minus 3 squared, and don't forget to have the big giant square root. We have square root of 49 minus 9 is equal to square root of 40. Please don't leave your answer like this. Keep going. Square root of 4 times 10, and we have 2 square root of 10 to get full marks. Always simplify. Oh, yes, I lost half a mark. Thank you. Hi. We have centimeters. That's it. Question 4. Calculate the exact value of the perimeter below. So we're looking for C first, and then we can add them all together. I would super circle this so that I don't forget to figure out the perimeter and stop at C. So C is equal to square root of 2 square root of 5 squared plus square root of 5 squared. So now we have 2 squared is 4, square root of 5 squared is just 5, square root of 5 squared is just 5. Now we have 20 plus 5, and square root of 25 is just 5. Now the perimeter, see, I have this little arrow to remind me not to stop there. So the perimeter is equal to 5 plus 2 root 5 plus root 5. If you leave it there, you lose half a mark. Don't forget to simplify. So 2 plus 1 root 5 is equal to 3 root 5. And that is our answer. And don't forget the units, otherwise Hi will nag you. There you go, centimeters. Calculate the exact values of the side lengths x and y in the triangle below. Express your answer in simplest form. So we notice that we have two triangles. The first triangle being a 5, 4, and 1 plus y. And from that, we can also see the other triangle, which is x, 1, and 4. So out of these two triangles, we have this one as the easiest one. So we will work this one out. So we have x equals 2 square root of 4 squared plus 1 squared equals 16 plus 1 equals square root of 17. And look for the unit, centimeters. There are two methods. We can realize that this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, which means that this side is equal to 3. 1 plus y equals to 3. So therefore y is equal to 2. Now if you did not figure that out, that is fine. We can work it out as we have 4, 5, and let's call this bit a. So a is equal to square root of 5 squared minus 4 squared, which is square root of 25 minus 16, which gives us square root of 9, which is just 3. So once we figure out that a is equal to 3 and we let a equal to 1 plus y previously, so we have 3 is equal to 1 plus y, so y is equal to 3 minus 1 equals 2. Now if you do it this way or this way, it's perfectly fine. You will still get marks. Don't forget units. Next one, fully simplify the two thirds and hence determine which of the two thirds is larger. 3 square root of 12 is equal to 3 square root of 12 is 4 times 3. So now we have 3 times square root of 4 is just 2, square root of 3. Now we have 6 square root of 3. Looking at square root of 75, we have 25 times 3, which is square root of 25 times square root of 3, and that is equal to 5 square root of 3. So that one is a larger one. So in our answer, we must put that in there. So 3 square root of 12. Okay, fully simplify the following. We have 5 root 7s and 4 root 7s. So altogether we have 9 square root of 7. That's it. Over here we have 7 plus 3 is 10. Minus 9 is just 1 square root of 2. Over here we have, find the mouse again, 8, we have 9 times 10, minus 4 times 10. 40 is 4 times 10, and 90 is 9 times 10. So now we have 8 times square root of 9 is 3, leave the square root of 10, minus 4, square root of 4 is 2, now we have the square root of 10, so now we have 24 square root of 10 minus 4 times 2 is 8 square root of 10. Now we have 24 minus 8 is 16 square root of 10. And we are done. Let's have a look over here. Square root of 8 is the same as 4 times 2 plus 3 root 2 minus square root of 27 is 9 times 3. So square root of 4 is 2. Keep the square root of 2 there. Plus 3 square root of 2, just copying it out. Square root of 9 is 3 square root of 3. So these two are like terms. This one will be by itself. So now we have 2 plus 3 is 5 square root of 2. And leave that alone. Don't do anything to it. And don't lose it. So keep it there. Fully simplify the following. So the inside numbers multiply. You get square root of 6. The outside numbers multiply. 5 times 2. and the inside numbers multiply. So now we have 10 square root of 3 times 15 is equal to 45, but we notice that 45 is a part of the 9 times tables, which is 9 times 5, and then we can take out the 9 as a 3, square root of 9 is 3, and keep the square root of 5 there, so we have 30 square root of 5. Be very careful that you do not stop here, otherwise you will lose marks. You have to go all the way here. Okay, this one, it becomes, let's see, 63 divided by 28. Is there any numbers that go into it? That is very tricky. So what can you do? You can think about its timetable. 63 is 7 times 9. And 28 is equal to 7 times 4. Now you can see that these two values are the same. We have now 8 square root of 9 over square root of 4, which is simply 8 times 3 over square root of 4 is 2. And then cancel the 4 and the 2. 2 into 2 goes 1. 2 into 8 goes 4 times. We have 4 times 3 is 12 over 1, which is better written as just 12. Let's have a look at this guy over here. So I would like to put a giant square root on all these numbers and treat them like so. Now we can simplify without worrying about the square root too much. So what do we have? We have 27 and 6 and 32. So we can see that these are even. So that's 16 and that is 3. So 2 into 6 goes 3, 2 into 32 goes 16. So we have that much done. Then we notice that 8 is equal and 16 also cancel. So 8 into 8 goes once, 8 into 16 goes twice. So now we have 27 times 2 over 3. And before you keep going further, we realize that that and that are divisible by 3. That goes once, and 27 goes 9 times. So now we have square root of 9 times square root of 2, which is just simply 3. So that's 3. Square root of 2. So remember, when you get a fraction, you can just simplify top and bottom, and that's it.